So today our group going to present about how barrier affect on the collision. Here's our group member. This is a table of content. We're going to talk about the introduction first, then second we're going to talk about the objective and methodology, result analysis, and conclusion.
So approximately 1.3 million people die every year because of the road traffic crashes. So the road traffic safety is becoming more significant and getting more attention from the institutions. This awareness relates to the barrier, which plays an important role in increasing road traffic accidents. So we decided to investigate a material that has the most advantages to both humans and the environment. The concentration of this project is the car damage. The car damage will be determined by the collision between a toy car and the various types of barrier, including plastic and chalk. So we developed an experiment in which the same car crashes into a barrier in the same way with the same velocity. One of our equipment is the science application, Adreno SJ, which utilizes the accelerometer to do the scientific experiment to estimate the response force, use total acceleration and y-axis acceleration. Each type of trap absorbed force may also be determined.
So next is about the literature reviews. In this slide, we're gonna talk about the trap. So the first trap that we use is about the Euclidean T. It is the medium size to the small size of trap, which has the with the maximum height around 1 meter to 4 meters.
The second trap we are using is the Cape Jasmine, which is a woody shrub with attractive foliage and fragrant, conspicuous flowers, which be able to grow to 0.5 to 2 meter tall.
And the last one is Isora, a woody shrub dwarf selection with compact form up to 0.9 meters when grown in ground.
And now is our objective is to observe which material is the safest barrier in order to reduce the severity of road traffic accidents by calculating the action force. This report presents a discussion on the optimal choice of the material of the barrier.
Now is the methodology. The theory that we use is the action force and momentum impulse. And the hypothesis is Isora measuring about 6 centimeters long is the safest barrier compared to UPNT, Cape Jasmine, and plastic barrier. So in the method, we use Google Scholar to find all of the research articles on acceleration and action force, characteristics of collision, shrubs, and plastic barriers, and other information about car crashes into barriers. We created a car crash simulation model that is 18 times smaller and gathered the total acceleration and y-axis acceleration data to create the table comparing each type of shrub and barrier. So first, we study about the characteristics of collision. Second, we collect the barrier materials such as HDPE, plastic, and shrub. And the third one is designing the experiment, and the fourth is start the experiment. Then we collect the data from science application about the acceleration and action force, and repeat the procedure to make sure that the test result is true. Then we collect the data and conclusion. As you can see in the left side of the slide, this is our experimental design, which shown the size of the barrier, the type of barrier, and the distance between the car to barrier and the car acceleration.
So next is about the data collections. The first slide about the data collections is about the total accelerations with different type of trap. So in this slide represent about the action force from the total accelerations. And the second slide about the data collections is about the y-axis accelerations with different type of trap, and it represent the reaction force. So this is the our videos for our experiment. Okay, so the end of our video presentations. So the next is about the result analysis. In this one, we're going to talk about the theory that we use in these calculations. The first one is about the formula. It is the main formula that we use to calculate the value in this experiment, such as the action force and reaction force. It is the sigma F equal to ma. And the second theory that we use is about the momentum impulse. It is the main theory that we use to calculate the value of force before and after catch. So the second slide for the result analysis. This is the result from the first experiment. It represent the force from the experiment of different type of trap with the height in the car ratio. And the third slide about the analysis of results is it represent the result of the experiment in second experiment about the different type of trap but in same height. And the fourth analysis of result slides is represent about the result of experiment in third experiments about the same type of trap but in different height. Okay. So the last slide about the analysis of result is about the momentum. We are analyzed about the momentum result from the experiment in the total data that we get from the experiment to calculate the momentum result for the value before and after the crash.
So now is our conclusion. The data of total acceleration and y-axis acceleration from table 1 and 2 are used to plot figure 1, 2, and 3. And these bar charts present the relationship between the acceleration with radial, the acceleration with height, and the acceleration with the same trap, but in different height, respectively. Because of the momentum theory that action force is equal to the reaction force, we use the reaction force or the barrier to the car to calculate the damage that was made on the car. Moreover, the median value of momentum impulse, which was given by the barriers, proved that it is the safest barrier. Thank you for listening.